and come back and show y'all. Yesterday, I gave you a lot of information. Hopefully, you took it in and you're ready to make your own. So now I'm about to show you the second part of the cheesecake. So let's get into it. And then also, we're going to decorate because tomorrow I'm going to do a short and you're going to see me cut into it and eat it because that's it. That's the finale. But today, we're going to do part 2 and I'm just going to show you what is going on with the cheesecake. So right here, I got a couple stuff going on. Don't worry about that. We're going to make a chocolate frosting, okay, a white chocolate frosting. So I have all this stuff out because I'm gonna show you how to do that because I said we're gonna decorate, so don't worry about that. But what I do need you to worry about right now before we get into anything and everything is the cheesecake. So I did pop the top. Well, I didn't pop the top. I popped the sides of the cake because, listen, I do as I say, not as I do, okay? Thank you. So I did pop it. So yesterday, I told you had to cook this for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Once you cook it for 1 hour and 10 minutes in your oven at 325, it's going to have a little jiggle, like a little jello. And you want to just ajar or open your oven just a little bit, and you want to cut it off, and you want to let it sit. So then after it sits for 1 hour, then you want to remove it, take it from the water bath and take the water bath out of there. And then you just want this to sit on your countertop so it can be room temperature. And that's going to sit for another hour. I know you're like, so many hours. I know, patience, time, if you don't want your cheesecake to crack. Then after that, sitting for 1 hour, get room temperature. Put it in the fridge. Let it sit overnight as long as you can. And voila, you're going to see the sides going to separate. You have to use a spring pan for this. And gradually, I opened it up today because I just didn't want to do it with y'all because I didn't want this to be a bust because I was so intrigued by looking at it. So I have not pulled it up. So this is going to be the finale. This is where it's going to test the tail of time. So it's moving, it's shaking and grooving. And we're going to see if we have lost any of our sides. So carefully, and I didn't take a knife or anything and run it through. Ooh, shut your mouth. Okay, that's why you use a spring pan. Okay, everything looks like it is intact. Okay, it's intact. Oh my gosh, it's intact. Let me show y'all. So you see no cracks on. I gotta get y'all on a good angle because that camera is just crazy. The lighting. I want y'all to see it. Now, I will tell you this. Let me see if I cut this light off right here. Give me time. I want you to, yes, I want you to see it. So the way my kitchen light is like funky and weird, but I want you to see it's no cracks. Maybe if I turn it this way, because if we drop this, I am going to hurt myself. It is no cracks in the cheesecake. So I'm trying to hold it, and this cheesecake is solid, okay? So that's what it looks like. Now, it's a little darker back here because I had this pushed back towards my oven and I only had it open just a slight. So that's why it's like a little bit. But look, it's nice. It's golden. And it's just a little bit brown. Now, when you touch it, it's soft. My hands is clean. Okay, my hands is clean. Now, it is still on the bottom of my pan. So I do have my spring pan down here. I'm going to take some parchment paper, put it on top. Let me show y'all. So y'all looking at me. I'm going to take some parchment paper, put it on top, flip it so I can get my pan off and down there. And then we're going to decorate the cake. So this part, you want to use parchment paper because you make sure that it's not going to get stuck to anything. You don't want it just flop it on a you just don't want to flop it on your cake top or whatever you're going to use. You just don't want to use that or the plate, so you don't want the cheese part to get stuck. So you want to use some parchment paper. That's where I'm at, y'all. I'm getting parchment paper out. You hear a lot of rattling, okay? That's me getting the parchment paper out. Which I know if y'all have been with me, I never have nothing on hand. I like to do things by the fly. That's why this is a real kitchen and it's a real live, okay? So once I find the parchment paper, we can get back to the video and we can decorate this cheesecake. So I know everybody's doing the no-bake cheesecake, which is fine. Nothing's wrong with that. But if you're interested in baking a cheesecake, it's not that hard. It just takes a couple steps. You have to have patience. And if you have patience, then listen. You are going to be an awesome bake, and people are going to ask you to do this. Now, this is not something that I make all the time. And if you want to make this, I would get a bigger spring pan. So the one I used was a 10-inch. I will probably use like a 9, or they even have have I seen the rectangle or are they square? I would get the biggest spring pan I could if you was going to be like making this for people so that you can just get done one and done. Because once you give this to people, they're going to be like, can you make me one? And I know the non-bake is out right now, but once you bake one, people are going to ask, okay? And then you're going to be like, listen, this is a 2-3 day process, which it is. But like I said, do as I say, not as I do, because I did pop that open before I showed y'all, and then I was like, I'm just going to lift it up when I get on camera, and I was like, let me get on camera right now. So I'm going to get some parchment paper, and I'm just going to get a little bit of parchment paper so that I can sit it on top of my cake. And I'm going to flip it over, my cheesecake, and I'm going to flip it over so that I can get my pan, spring pan off and underneath there. Okay, so you can do it by hand, or you can get like one of these pans or a plate or something, whatever your heart desires, okay? This is pretty heavy, so this is the part where you don't want to mess up nothing. But if you kind of mess it up, it's okay. It's not, your cake should be solid. And I have like a knife where I do with the knife, and we're just gonna pop it. Now I did put parchment paper underneath this when I baked the crust, so this should just pop out. And if it don't, listen, we'll leave it right on there. Okay, so this is what I'm doing right now. See, they don't show you all this behind the scenes. They just show you, oh, just do this and do that, and it'd be cute. No, I'm going to show you the real deal, because we got to get this off. You don't want to serve this, especially if you're selling them. You want your pan back. Like, you're not about to be giving people your pan. Okay? So this is the part where it gets a little sticky. But if I can't get this off here, it's for me, okay? It's for my people. So they're going to be eating this. It's not going anywhere. So it's perfectly fine. All right, give me a sucker. And you have to be delicate. This is a delicate process, okay? Now, voila, got my pan off and underneath there. Now, if you want to, you can take the parchment paper off, or you can leave the parchment paper on there. It's really up to you. I'm going to leave the parchment paper on there because when you cut into it, it's going to be on this little tray. So it's going to be cool. Now, all I'm going to do is flip it back. Be careful. Have a steady hand. Boom. Put it back on your table or wherever you're going to do. Now, at this point, you can stop. You can stop what you're doing and call it it. See? Voila. You can stop what you're doing, or you can go a little extra mile, put a little extra work in, and be extra cute. See how the crust is on there? You have that little piece of paper underneath, so everything is fine and dandy. Nothing is harmed. No cake has been harmed. And this is the cheesecake, the baked cheesecake. So now I'm gonna set this aside because we want to get to decorating our cheesecake. Now I told you I'm gonna make a white chocolate frosting because I want to, and I want it to be really cute and decorative. So I have all the things that I need, and I'm going to go over that with you. So right now you need a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks of butter, okay? 1 stick of butter is only a half a cup. You need 2 sticks of butter for this. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in 2 sticks of butter. I buy the butter from Sam's Club. You get the big bulk. It's like $8.40 something. You get 1, 2. I think you get 4 or 5 of them in there. You just have to cut them up yourself into the 1 sticks like you buy at the store. But I do it. It's cheaper when you buy in bulk. Okay. Next thing you're going to need is a block of cream cheese, and everything has to be room temperature. If you don't know anything about baking and you want to start baking, everything has to be room temperature because that's where you get the smooth consistency. That's where you get no lumps. That's where you get all your flavor blended in, mixed in together. When you start mixing stuff with cold butter, cold cream cheese, cold eggs and stuff like that, that's where you get the lumps in, and then you wonder why your decoration is not coming out nice. So we have a cup of butter. And then I have a block of cream cheese. I just got a little piece of this paper still in there. So I'm going to take that off. And then you're going to need about a half tablespoon or 1 tablespoon, depending on what you like when it comes to vanilla extract, or just depend on if you want to do a strawberry extract. It's up to you. I'm just going to do a little bit of vanilla because we're going to add white chocolate. I'm not going to do like a dark chocolate or anything like that. So I'm going to use a little bit of vanilla. And you can put as much or little vanilla that you want in yours. It's up to you. I always tell people it's based on your taste buds. And then you're going to need 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. So you can go measure that out. And then you're going to need 2 cups of powdered sugar. I'm looking at You need 2 cups of powdered sugar. Don't worry, y'all. Y'all know I always got to drop something. If I don't drop something, it ain't right. So first thing first, you're going to need a cup of butter in your block. And you're going to cream this until it's smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on and cream it. And then also added my vanilla in here. Now, if you want, hopefully y'all can hear me, you can always just use the buttercream frosting if you want, but I wanted to do a chocolate one. So I have some chocolate chips left over from our blondies that we made, and I wanted to use them up, so I'm going to use it in this decoration. All right, so you're going to sit that aside right quick. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to measure out a cup of white chocolate. Get some good white chocolates. I have the chocolate melts. They're really good. And I have the white Hershey's in here because I ran out of these because I had a little bit left. And I have like these little white Hershey's left. I measured them out. It's 8 ounces. That is a cup. And then you're going to need 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to add the heavy whipping cream to our white chocolate. And I'm going to put it in the microwave. And I'm going to do like 2 intervals of 30 seconds. Okay, and then while that's going on in the microwave, I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 cups of powdered sugar, okay? And if you need some more heavy whipping cream, you are more than willing to put that in there, but I wouldn't put more than maybe 2 more, okay? So I wouldn't go past 5 because you really don't need that. Now, you don't want that all the way melted because you want to incorporate it in your butter. Shoot, I can't get this open, y'all. Your butter and cream cheese block. All right, got that open. That's why I need somebody just to open stuff like that for me. So I'm going to measure this out. Now, if I do a little bit more, it's okay. It's powdered sugar, okay? And if you are watching your backs, then this is not the show for you today. So that's 1. Then I'm going to go ahead and check on my chocolate melt. And then I'm going to go ahead and stir it up because this is how it looks. I'm going to stir it up. Now, you can do this over a double boiler. Meaning you just make sure you get a glass bowl, put it over a pot of boiling water, make sure it doesn't touch the water, and then you can put your chips in another bowl so that, guess what, you can melt it, or you can just do what I'm doing. You can go ahead and put this in the microwave for 2 intervals of 30 seconds. So that's what we're about to do. We're going to put it in here again for another hot 30 seconds, okay? You do not want that to be bubbling, boiling, like really hard, because 1 is going to melt too much until you have to add it back in here. So we don't want to do all that. So let me just get over here, excuse me, and we're going to start on slow and mix this together. Now I need to put 1 cup of our powdered sugar in here, okay? All right, good timing. Let's go ahead and check on that chocolate. This will be my second interval of 30 seconds. Yes, And this is how we want it to look. And all we're going to do is hand mix this in here. You see a little steam going on. We do not want this like all the way melted, because guess what? Excuse me. Thank you very much. We're going to mix this into our frosting. So you're going to go ahead and just mix this yourself. Do not put it in there yet until you get all the chocolate melted. Once you get all the chocolate melted, you will see that it's going to come back to a smooth consistency. Right now, it's like a little chunk because guess what? We haven't melted all of the chocolate. So you're going to give it a stir. You're going to add some air in there and you're going to make it back smooth again. Once you get it back smooth, ooh, see, it's almost there. So we just need to mix it up a little more. Mixy, mixy. You do not want to add it in there right yet, but you want to make sure it's smooth. And we got the right, okay? Mix it, mix it, mix it. Now, if you're going to make a ganache, let me show you. Because I have learned how to do this, because this is all like experimenting, having fun. If you're going to do a ganache, you're going to do ratio, 1-to-1 ratio. So you'll do 8 ounces or a cup of your chocolate, white chocolate or whatever color chocolate you want, flavor. And then you'll do 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and you will mix that up. And that's how you make a ganache, okay? Because it's like a thinner, this is a little bit thick, but it's good, okay? It's a little thick, but it's good. So now when you get it to that consistency, let it sit. This bowl is not hot. So if you can't hold a glass bowl like this, then guess what? You got something going on. So, boom. Got that right there. I'm going to add my other cup of powdered sugar. Okay. And again, if you are watching, and I will wear a black shirt, if you are watching a diet, I don't eat this stuff. I make it. I know it tastes good, but I don't eat it. So, I mean, I like to see people eat. I like to feed people. I like to feed people. Is that something crazy? I like to feed people. I got that on my... Now, I will taste it, but I'm not going to sit here and eat all this. I'm not even going to eat half of it, okay? Ooh, but I will tell you, I like to taste. If you taste as you cook, then you know everything's going to come out absolutely wonderful. So that's how I cook in my kitchen. Now, I'm going to start on slow. And I'm going to mix this powdered sugar in here. Now we are making a white chocolate frosting, okay? So this is not a ganache we're making. I was just telling you how you can make a ganache. We're about to decorate our cheesecake. Now you do not have to decorate your cheesecake because we already did a little swirl. We did our thing. But if you want to go above and beyond like I am, because I'm making this for someone's birthday, then you can go ahead and do what I'm doing, okay? Now, I'm going to add in the chocolate. Now, once you get the basics of making a cheesecake, you can do whatever flavors you want. You can make a Snickers cheesecake. You can make a blueberry, a raspberry. I was telling y'all yesterday at the Cheesecake Factory, my favorite cheesecake of all time is the raspberry cheesecake. And I love that cheesecake. Now, I only get that once a year. And when I say once a year, I might get it on my birthday or I might get it on a special occasion. I did not have it last year. I didn't get it for my birthday because I had got a carrot cake. That is my second flavor. That's my first. Carrot cake is my first love, okay? And then that raspberry white chocolate cheesecake is second. So I'm going to mix that in. And we're going to get this all nice, okay? All nice and smooth. All right, at this point, it's time to taste. I already know it tastes good, so I'm going to scrape the bowl, get all and everything on the side, because y'all know over here we do not waste nothing. So we're going to scrape the side of the bowl, and I'm going to sit this in the refrigerator for probably a few minutes while we're cleaning up. This is what it should look like. It should be nice and smooth. Now, I know you like, can we pipe this? You can pipe it. But if you let it sit in the refrigerator for like 10 to 20 minutes, it is going to be nice and thick. You can taste it if you like. Okay, so I'm going to taste mine. Say that again. I did that. Okay. So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna put everything up, and then we're gonna move that cheesecake over to the showcase right here. Yeah, I know this is the showcase, and then from there we're gonna pipe this up. So I'm gonna sit that right there. I got a little powdered sugar on my kitchen top because one, who would I be if I didn't make a little messy mess? And if you're not making a mess in your kitchen, a little powder here, a little sugar there, then you are not cooking with love, okay? Love is all about what you're gonna do. You're making sure you're giving the people, meaning the people that you're feeding, eating, your all. And I love to feed people. And I love to see them eat dessert, especially when I know it's the bomb or they ain't never had one like that. They might have a cheesecake. They might have a cake, but they ain't had one like that. Okay? And their lips just be watering. So who all like that? Like to see people just eat and you like, oh, their lips is watering. All right, so I'm going to let that sit in there. I'm going to clean up a little bit. I'm going to see what y'all talking about. Hopefully it's positive things. And then from there, y'all are going to subscribe to the channel, because if you subscribe to the channel, guess what? You can give me ideas about what would you like me to bake next. What do you feel is a good item that I should try out, research. And on top of that, we can have people eat it. Now this summer, I am going to be doing a bake off. So I'm going to be in like a couple little vendor events, and everything that I have showed y'all how to bake on this channel, I'm actually going to be baking big batches of it. So if you decide, depending on your state rules and regulations, you want to start baking a couple items, I have a little playlist in my cooking playlist that you actually can go and test out. I have everything listed. I show you how to do it. You can stop, pause, play, rewind the video. What I show you on camera is what I do, okay? Hello, how are you? What I show you on camera is what I actually do. Some people, I don't like when they do like the videos because they cut and chop them up and then they missing parts. And you're like, well, how did that come out like that? How did that look like that? And you didn't show me. Or some people are visual learners, so they need to see when you do something instead of you just like popping the directions up there and they have to read. Personally, me, I like to read the directions, and then from there I can do it, and then I like to tweak. So even though somebody give me a recipe, does not mean I follow the recipe. Okay, someone gave me this recipe for this cheesecake, and as time went on, I did not follow the recipe. I did my own thing, because guess what? I want it to be my own. So recipes are for you to just learn how to do them yourself. You do not have to follow a rule. As long as it tastes good, you have the basic knowledge of what you want. Go ahead and freestyle. Do what you want to do, okay? It's your world, okay? Do what you want to do. That's how people learn how to cook. Like, people say, oh, that was my grandma's recipe. Okay, but guess what? I took your grandma's recipe and I did the big one on there, okay? Now it's my recipe. But yeah, so if you decide you want to make some extra money this spring, summertime coming up, go to my playlist, check it out. And I have how you make jumbo cookies on there, how you can make the brownies, how you can make a lot of things. So yeah, just go in there, check it out. I have not put like basic things, but if you want me to do like a basic video of how to make oatmeal cookie, like right here, I made this oatmeal cookie for someone's birthday. And I tell you where to get the stuff from, how to pipe it. I'm not a decorator. Y'all know that. I've been telling y'all, we on here learning how to decorate, but baking, taste, flavor-wise, I got you. So this is an oatmeal cookie. I just made a jumbo and I said happy birthday. I've been making these all beginning of 2026 and people have been loving it. So that's what it is. Now, I'm almost done cleaning up. I'm letting that white chocolate frosting sit in the top just for a little bit so it can get a little thick for us. And then I'm about to show you what we're gonna do. Now I like the throwaway ones, the disposable ones. I do have the ones that you wash out, the reusable ones. But for this purpose, I'm gonna use this. And all I'm gonna do is go ahead, and you can get these little tips at Amazon. Everything's Amazon, okay? And you can get whatever tips you want. I have some jumbo ones that I'm going to use. Let me go get that because them are the medium-sized ones. I need the jumbo ones. And I'm going to use the jumbo one to decorate this cheesecake, okay? And then tomorrow on the on the reel that I'm gonna make, I'm gonna cut into this cheesecake, y'all, and we're gonna have a slice. Y'all gonna have a slice in virtual reality, and I'm gonna have a slice in real life. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm back here digging in my stuff again. Y'all know how this go. I never had nothing on the spot because guess what? This is a live and we cooking live, okay? So I never had my stuff together. All right, do I have my jumbo? So we just need the jumbo ones. I thought I had the jumbo ones in here, y'all. See? And they have all different sizes of these tips, and you can get them on Amazon. They're not that expensive. They don't cost that much. These are the regular size. I have some jumbo ones. Hold on, give me a second so I can get the jumbo ones out, okay? Oh, why did I do it with them? And if y'all would see the backstage of where I keep all my stuff in bags, and I call myself labeling stuff, nothing's never labeled. Nothing's never where it's supposed to be. That's the crazy part. Nothing's never where it's supposed to be. For me to be so organized. Okay, hold on, y'all. We get into it when I find it. We might have to use this my regular ones, because guess what? I don't know where the jumbo ones are at. Give me a second. I want the jumbo ones. Oh my gosh. We need the jumbo ones. Yeah, give me a second, y'all. We're going to make the cheesecake. We're going to make the cheesecake. We're going to make the cheesecake. We're going to decorate the cheesecake. I know y'all like, where is she at? I'm looking for my jumbo tips. They're somewhere around here. And I need them so we can decorate. All right. Tell me why y'all are waiting patiently for me in my unorganization. What is something that you always wanted to cook, but you just don't have the time or the patience to do the research, and you really want to know what's involved in cooking that? Okay, name something that's on your top list that you want to cook, but you just don't know if you got the time and patience, or you just don't have the time and patience to be trying to research it and you don't know. Tell me. One thing, I'm gonna start a pecan pie. I have tried so many times to make that, and I just can't. Maybe because back then I didn't have patience for it. Maybe in this lifetime, going forward, I might have patience to do it. But back then, when I started out baking, that was something that was so hard for me to do. And still today, I have not retried to do it again because I had discouraged myself from doing it. Because I was like, oh my God, how many times I'm going to buy this stuff? How many times I'm going to mess up this recipe? Because if you do not have the pecan caramelization or whatever you want to call it, at the right temperature, it is not going to harden. And I realized after so many tries, like, when are you going to get it together? So that is one of the things that I have not mastered yet. And maybe, just maybe, I might try again. But so far, I have not tried at all. Yeah, I don't know where my tips are at, but I found one of them, and I wanted to show y'all the whole kit and caboodle of all of them. But yeah, this is one of the tips right here. Just the talking, don't know where the stuff at. But yeah, I have a bunch of them. And see, you can get these little organization things at the Dollar Tree. I don't know what this is used for, don't really care, but I cleaned it out, I bought it, and I put my tips in there, and I was organizing them so I can keep everything in order. Clearly, I'm not doing a good job because I can't even find the rest of them. So forgive me. So now what we're about to do is get this party started. The easy ways to do this, I learned over the years. Just throw the tip in the bag like this. Wherever it stops at, cut off the end. Just slide it up just a tad bit, cut off the end. Boom. And slide it down in there, okay? Just like that. Boom. Now I'm going to use this one. This probably wasn't the one I wanted to use, but we're going to make it work. You work with what you got. I still put it in a cup. Some people don't do that. Do what's best for you, what fits you, what suits you, what makes you happy. Over here, that what makes me happy. Now I'm going to take it out the top because I wanted to sit a little bit. And I'm going to fold it over just a tad bit. And then I'm going to scoop this into my bag. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm just going to do a couple little drip drops on top. And then I had some extra crust, or the crust from the bottom. I didn't put it all in the pan. I have a little bit extra, and I'm going to take that and sprinkle it on top for a nice little dressing, okay? And then tomorrow on the reel, y'all gonna see me cut into this. I really want to cut into it now, but it's for a birthday. Okay, I can't just be eating somebody else's stuff. You know, like, have you ever like bought a cake and you cut into the cake and you like slid it back together? That's some fat people stuff. Nobody knew. They didn't know you took a slice of it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of this frosting. I don't need a lot of it because, again, we're not doing a whole, decorating a whole cake or anything like that. So I don't need the whole thing. Then I'm going to take this bad boy and sit it right here. And we're going to make some little dollops up here. Oh, and that's it. And then when you get done, you want to sit this back in the refrigerator. I have this cake pan. I bought it from the Dollar Tree. You can buy it from the Dollar Tree. And these are really inexpensive. They're $1.25. I remember when they was $1. I wish I would have got them a bunch of them when it was $1. But yeah, when I get people stuff, I just go to the Dollar Tree and I get them and I put them in there. And then also, if you're going to do like the baking for the spring and summertime, just factor it into your bill. So if you're going to make whole cakes or whole pies or anything like that, just factor it into your meal. So this is like a star one. And I push down and I pull it back up. There. That is cute. Now, if you want to get fancy and do some extra stuff, you can do that. I'm not doing that. This is a baked cheesecake. I just wanted to use this white chocolate and I want to put it on there. It's really cute. You can keep going in and make a full circle. It's really up to you. I think since my decoration skills is working, I'm working on it. I am not going to get crazy, but I do want to make a little roundy round. Okay. And then I'm going to sprinkle some of the leftover crust that I baked just on top to give it a nice little okay? A nice little ooh la la. All right. And this is the leftover little crust bits that I had. Ah! I tell y'all, if I don't drop something in this kitchen, it just never fails. It never freaking fails. I always got to drop something in this kitchen. And I got to clean that up, okay? And then I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this on top. Now, if you have some strawberries, you can put strawberries in the middle. Whatever your flavor of your cake is, you might want to just go ahead and add that on top. I don't want to get too crazy because I don't want the people banging at my door. Now, this is something that the people are going to be banging at your door for, okay? Boom. Crazy. And that is the finale of our cheesecake. I told you I was going to show you how to make a cheesecake with no cracks. We took this out. We're not missing any of our sides. We did a white chocolate little decoration on top. And then on top of that, this is a strawberry swirl cheesecake. So when you come back to see the video, you're going to see, I hate that this camera is like this. Oh, hold on. There we go. When you come back to see the reel, you're going to see me slice into this. When you do slice into this cheesecake, make sure you run your knife under warm water, wipe it off, and slice it. You're going to get clean, nice cuts, okay? This cheesecake is worth $1 billion, okay? If you decide you want to do some extra stuff this spring and summertime, you want to bake, this is a good option to bake, depending on your state and regulations, if you can bake things like this at a bake sale, or if you want to do the cookies or the cakes or the pies or the pound cakes that I have on there, make sure you check me out, like, subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Oh, and y'all going to see me cutting to this tomorrow. Y'all gonna see it. All right. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you, lovelies, for watching. And y'all have a good one. And guess what? I gotta clean up. I gotta clean this mess up. So I'll see y'all next time. Thank you. God darn it.